Hey guys.
Hello.
Trying to look at.
Stop it.
See, this is what I deal with all the time.
Oh my God.
This is what quarantine will do to you.
Quarantine. Yeah, and people are like, so what's it like for y'all? How are y'all handling the quarantine?
It's exactly like our normal life.
It's like our normal life. You know, I mean, we're always here together anyway. The only difference is we're not going to restaurants.
We haven't been for 5 weeks anyway because we weren't cheating.
Because you're cheating y'all.
Yeah.
But so we're not going. Where? Where are we not going?
I don't know. We're not hiking, but we really haven't hiked much
We
recently.
could do that anyway.
I guess we could hike. What are we? New movie theaters? We're not going to the movies. We don't do that very often anyway.
So we're pretty
Much exactly our same life.
Pretty much exactly our same life. Now I'm not having my
grandbabies over and family.
grandbabies over as much.
Like my mother lives about an hour from me, and I haven't went to see her. I've called her every day, but
Right.
you know, I don't want to possibly have been exposed and then not have symptoms and then go give it to my loved ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about the postponement of the 2020 WAL season 601
Well, you're
in
just
particular.
jumping right on into it, aren't you? You're not giving anybody any chance to get here whatsoever.
Okay, I guess we're waiting a little bit longer.
So-
While we're doing that though, so I want to give a huge shout out. Okay, so we are set up in the gym today. This garage door right here is about to open up to 1,000 square foot of AstroTurf heated and cooled gym. It starts, the building will land next Wednesday, so we're 7 days away from the building materials landing here. So it'll be red iron like the rest of my house. But so we're setting up right here, and we have a brand partner, Jaguar Energy Services. So I want to give a shout out to
You're
them.
still in the way.
Jaguar Energy Services.
Super chat. Thank you so much, Ash K88. Thank you so much for the support.
And
Keep
apparently
it
the gray
up.
shirt
That's
shows
awesome.
sweat. Did you notice that with a double bicep? I didn't know I had that
No,
arm
move out of the
sweat.
way, so.
All right, Jaguar Energy Services. I want to give a huge thank you to those guys. They are
Check
big
out the
support.
monster
Oh yeah,
right
proud
there.
sponsor, World Arm Wrestling Champion, Monster Michael Todd.
Yeah, so in just a few short weeks, this door is not going to be here.
Yes.
All right,
So
pretty cool.
it'll be here until we get the other garage doors in. So we have to be able to enclose it. But once we can get that building enclosed, this whole wall comes out. So it's gonna be crazy, guys. We're gonna have the mecca for arm wrestling training in North America. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Devin probably feels so relieved now.
I'm telling you
All
that.
right,
I
so-
think he started the virus. What do y'all think?
No, okay.
He did make a trip to China, so it could have been Devin.
Could have been Devin. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and say thank you guys for tuning in to us. Be sure and share this to your feed. If you haven't hit subscribe for our channel yet, go right ahead and do so. There's going to be a lot more content coming up because we're not going anywhere.
Quarantine, right? All right, so check this out. I was noticing, I was watching some our channel statistics or whatever, and 70% of our views are for non-subscribers.
Sweet.
So that means, 30%.
That's opportunity.
Yeah, we got 11,400 something subs. So that means of the people who are watching, if 70% of them are not,
Have not
that's like,
subscribed yet.
yeah, so that puts us, like 34,000 people who are actually tuning in, maybe?
Maybe you're not asking them to subscribe.
I have not said ring the bell for notifications, subscribe. I haven't done all that stuff in a while.
Well, there
Someone
you go.
got onto us for that.
I don't know.
Somebody did. I don't remember. They're like, don't do that. I'm like, but I thought it was cool. The ring the bell thing.
See, I'm messed up because you've set your phone up wrong and it's over there and it's supposed to be over there. So I keep looking over this
But the
way. and
camera's
it's
that
over
way?
there. Yeah.
Well, I was on that side though.
Hey guys, so we are definitely going to get to a Q&A here in just a little bit. But yes, the news, you all got it yesterday. We got it Friday.
Got it Friday. So on that note, from the time I accepted the offer sheet, we went back and forth, did some negotiations. From the time I said, yes, we're doing it, the last bad meal we had was the weekend of Valentine's Day. We cheated the 14th and 15th. So when I say the last bad meal, the last meal that wasn't on my nutrition plan. Now, I was eating 6,000 calories a day. I did a thing earlier today with Ryan Espy where somebody jumped on there and said, my nutrition was bad. I shouldn't have been eating Pop-Tarts. So post-workout, I was drinking a shake and a package of Pop-Tarts because you have a 30-minute window to saturate your muscles with proteins and carbs, right?
Why do you assume they want to know about your nutrition? We're here to talk about the WAL postponement.
All that being said, we had perfect food for 5 weeks, and we found out on Friday that the season was postponed. So the first thing we did was look at each other and said, okay, so what are we cheating on this weekend?
Exactly.
We're gonna have a cheat.
What is it? Yeah.
Oh, that was last week.
I know.
Yeah, we had we went and got Steinhaus Keller. I don't know if you guys saw the picture on our Instagram. It was a Reuben. It was ridiculous. And then we got our pizza as usual,
Yeah.
and we got some cupcakes and ice
Let's
cream.
just say that we were going back and forth already with WAL, as you guys can imagine. I mean, because literally sporting events were falling like dominoes, and we're going, it's going to happen. It's just going to happen. And then they're getting more and more restrictive in California, which is where 601 was supposed to be. And then it was thrown up in the air, well, maybe it'll be in Chicago. You know, maybe it'll just be postponed just a little bit. And so the limbo was the worst, don't you
Well,
think?
the thing was, I was still training with, training.
Right.
I had my whiteboard.
Hitting all the
and I was hitting all
numbers.
the numbers I was supposed to hit.
Michael is
but-
very scientific about how he gets ready for a match, guys. His nutrition, his workouts, everything is timed perfectly. There is no, oh, well, let's just go ahead and have this today, or let's go ahead and skip this workout today. There is none of that. And because he's on that road, I'm on that road with him, because I'm not going to be sitting down eating my pizza, cake, and ice cream when he's having rice and chicken.
But yeah,
yeah.
I take a very strategic approach when I'm training, when I'm preparing, and I'm always training.
Somebody's making fun of me. A boot? We're good.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So
guys.
I'm always training, but
Uh-huh.
preparation changes when it comes, time for a match. And once I because there's a lot on the line with me and Devon. Legacy match, significant.
It's a lot.
A good payday for winning.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a very, very significant match for my career, for
Thank you, JT.
for everything else. But I take that same approach to every match. But so what we did, as soon as we found out, we decided we're gonna have one. I'm gonna take from 6,000 calories a day down to 3,500 calories a day,
Let me cover this just
and
a
have a
little
cheat
bit.
meal each week until they say when the
So,
match.
like I said, we were in limbo. The limbo was the worst. It was the worst. Each day we were discussing, okay, so if they do cancel it or postpone it, what are we eating? That was always the question.
That really was.
What are we eating?
I mean, we're big
Yeah.
time foodies, right?
Yeah,
So
we're big time foodies. So he comes walking in. Had I been asleep? Because
yeah, I think so.
yeah. So I'm just waking up, and he comes walking in, and he goes, "Well, what do you want to eat on Saturday?"
Yeah.
So damn it. I mean, the thing
We
is,
did have a
that-
date day though. We supported
did.
a local business and went and we have a friend who owns
Curbside,
she has
curbside.
a day spa, and they actually have shut down all spas in Arkansas now. But we were
Yeah.
the only one. We had a couples massage, which was awesome.
Yeah,
And
but it
then-
was not like the massage
no.
parlor was open.
No,
They
they
still
were-
had the social distancing. We were the only two in there. So
Yeah.
we
had a nice little date day though, but
So yeah, and then the restaurant that we got from
Restaurant,
Steinhaus Keller in
yeah.
Hot Springs, they had to close their inside restaurant. And guys, the small businesses are suffering so terribly. And my daughter is a server at that restaurant, and so she's been laid off. So we're trying to give whatever business we can to those small business owners. And that's what we did for
so
our
that's
cheat
what our
meal.
weekly
We
cheat
ordered
meals
a-
are going to be. Supporting the small businesses. Just because, like, I'm a huge Papa John's and Little Caesars and
But
Taco
we're in our
Bell,
no
but
chains phase.
yeah, so we're just gonna try to support our local businesses each week. But yeah,
Keep
so
those doors open.
it's been like I said, I was training and hitting all my numbers, but there was a different not intensity, but just my mental space was different because I knew that there's a possibility it was gonna be canceled. Like I didn't back off any. It was just while I was doing the workout, I didn't have the same. I don't know what the word to say, but I thought there was a chance it was gonna be canceled, right?
And I told
And-
him that. I was like, this has got to be screwing with your mental, status.
I mean, I'm still hitting.
He's like, I'm
everything-
doing everything.
I'm doing everything I'm supposed to.
But if your mind is not in it because you're kind of thinking it's probably not going to go through, are you really giving 100%?
Well, I mean, like I said, here's the deal. So this is what I decided, and this is what I told Rebecca once we found out. So I have a maintenance weight that I do all my workouts with, and then I have PR weights that I do all my workouts with. And so I was peaking to set new PRs.
Guys, we are going to get to your
Yeah.
questions.
I had 3.5 weeks left of training. So the workout that I completed last week, I completed my last workout on Friday. I got the call on Friday. So I said, okay, I'm going to do that same workout, that same weight on those circuits each week until they announce the match. Which means
And
I
then you
will
can
still,
start going up again?
then I'll start peaking to hit new PRs, which means my body will be adjusted to essentially a new maintenance weight on all my circuits. The only difference is I won't do BFR training.
Okay, well, then let's talk about this, all right? So the thing that I'm excited about, I'm not excited that the match has been postponed, guys. I mean, it needed to happen. I definitely want to keep my family safe. There's a few things that we haven't told the public just yet, but I have to still be in some places. And my fear is bringing it back to those who cannot battle it as well as we can. Dev doesn't train like you. Your endurance broke him, Raymond Kennedy.
Well,
Thank
thanks,
you
Ray.
so much for
And
the
that's the
super
thing,
chat.
thank you very much for support. That's the thing about Devon. He has two options. He can come in big and strong and try to be so powerful that he can turn my pronator in with his cup, which I think is a horrible approach to trying to arm wrestle me because I'm going to crack that wrist. Or he could come in crazy shape and have amazing endurance, right? And try to keep his strength the same as mine and then try to beat me in a war, right? Because he does have a king's move.
Another super chat, Danielle Vivas.
Thank you, Daniel.
Guys,
I really appreciate all the support because you
Support is
guys,
huge.
this is we do this because I love the interaction and
Love interaction.
I like doing the Q&As and all that stuff, and anything I do to have this woman next to me makes me happy. But thank you guys for all the support. What were you gonna say?
Okay, so anyways, our biggest fear is making our loved ones sick. I've got 2 grandchildren that were born premature, and one of them has asthma. I don't want him dealing with this. And then my mother is 67. His mother is 78.
She'll be 78 next
And
month.
my mother's not in the best health, so we want to protect them. So just thinking about the possibility of us traveling and picking it up. And yes, I can still pick it up when we have to go get groceries, but I gotta tell y'all a little funny story. All right, so we're at Walmart, and when we see people coming at us, we like cross the aisle, okay? We're more than the 6 foot. We're
They see me coming, they everything parts. They're like, oh my God, did you see that guy? He's huge.
Down boy. So anyways, we cross to stay way away from them. So we're checking out, and we're doing sex checkout. Totally new Walmart,
That's
y'all.
a whole new Walmart. I think it's about time to go shopping, actually.
We're doing self checkout, right? And because you don't want to have to be standing right across from a cashier. So I'm already backed off. I've gone over to where the stand is, and I'm getting my hand sanitizer. And Michael's doing the checkout. And the person across from him
Oh, yeah, that's the story, yeah.
coughs. He stops, he looks up, he looks at him, he looks at me, and y'all, if you could have seen his face, and it was just a cough, okay? So he goes back to checking out, and then she coughs again. He straightens up, glares at her. I mean, dang it, glares at this poor woman. She's just coughed, and she's probably like a smoker, or maybe she has allergies, who knows?
Man, I don't know what she had, but that was like, there's multiple coughs after that, and I'm like, holy shit, I gotta get out of this place. You know what I'm saying?
Multiple coughs then, and then he stands up and he takes a full step back. He pays. He comes over to the stand where the hand sanitizer is. He's sanitizing his hand. He's sanitizing his face.
I had to get the beard, because I don't know if some shit got caught in the beard,
I was like, wow. Okay, so she wasn't uncomfortable before. She sure is now. But anyway, so we're going to Walmart. I know that I can pick it up at places like that, but I'm actually coming into closer contact with some people that could really spread it. But so just keeping that distance, and then thinking about traveling, being on planes, and then the hotels, why increase your chances? So I think that the social distancing right now is very important, and it's important that we all adhere to it. So I understand postponing the match, but here's my question. This is where I want to
This is what she's leading into.
This is what I'm leading into. All right, so the proposed timeline for you was
Potentially June or
July. Our governor was just on yesterday, and you got to remember the hot spots are breaking out at different times, right? Obviously, New York has hopefully, please God, hopefully they're getting to their peak, okay?
So that they can decline, yeah.
California's just behind them, Seattle is ahead of them, Arkansas is way behind, and then you've got other states that it's just now getting into. So how can you say in even 8-12 weeks that we're all going to be open to travel freely and go to places?
Well, the governor said yesterday we're 8 to 12 weeks away before we hit our peak. So he said it will be a while before our lives go back to normal because we're behind the curve, right? Because we're one of the more rural communities. So I don't know what that means. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Can I get in a car and drive to Chicago to compete if they open up the seat? So many things are unknown right now. All I can do is make sure, pray for my family, pray for my loved ones, pray for society, hope people do what the guidelines are and what the recommendations are so that we can, beat this thing. But
So what do you
all
think
I can do is
happens?
just keep training.
What happens if June or July doesn't make it? Do we still have time to get the season in?
I don't know what their plans are. They could end up having a fall season. Who knows? I mean, there's going to be a desire for sports, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's going to be a desire for sports. So I don't know when they're planning on doing it or what they're planning on doing.
And do you feel like it will all be in Chicago then?
I don't know. I mean, I hope so. 'Cause I hope at least one of them actually in
Close.
Chicago because I need Giordano's like crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah. So I don't know. Of course, there's a lot of what ifs, right? So
There are.
this who knows? There could be no season. There could be no WAL season. There could be no PAL season. There could be a lot. So if stuff like that were to happen, I would then, once we were back able to, get back into groups and stuff like that, I would if the WL season and the PAL season were to, be put off until next year, I would find a way to pull 11. That would be my entire 2020 goal.
Okay, what makes you think that you could do that if everything else is called off and you can't travel?
No.
Super chat, UMMMJ. You versus Lilleton, best of 6 thoughts. Love you guys. Me too.
I don't know how strong Lilleton and Levin are. In my opinion, I'm the strongest I've ever been. My riser is really strong. My pronation is really strong. So the only way someone's going to beat me is by flashing me, in my opinion. So I feel like if I stop the match at all with either one of the guys, I'm going to win. To answer your question, what I said was if the seasons got canceled, because if things are opened back up by August or September and they don't have time to get the seasons in by the end of the year, they just postpone it until 2021. You see what I'm saying? There's no way to run the rest of the season for both of them, because especially PL, they'd have to have a long time to run it. So if they postpone it to 2021, there's 4 months that the world is opened back up, and I can find a way to pull 11. That's the match. I want to remain the WAL champion as long as possible.
Aaron Stein, thank you for the super chat.
What's up, Aaron?
MMT, you're aging like fine wine, getting better
Fine
with
wine,
age.
baby.
Devon, on the other hand, isn't. He's getting weaker and weaker. I don't think he stands a chance against your right arm in that pronator.
Here's the deal. I will never say Devon's getting weaker and weaker, but I will make this assessment.
His body has been through some.
The dude he's given his body to his country for 20 years.
He
He's been
has.
shot, blown up, stabbed. He's on paper, I'm 2 years older than him. In reality, I feel like his body's been put through a whole lot worse than mine. Although I probably have the most arm wrestling injuries and the most messed up
Well,
arm
his
in the
arms have
sport.
been cleaned up.
That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
but that being said, the one statement that I will make, assessment that I have on last year's performance by Devon, is his left arm against Wagner was spectacular. His right arm against Todd and Dave, round 1, opened up straight as they could go both times. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So,
Todd and Dave.
in my opinion, he
Dave.
pulled 2 guys who do not have the ability to do a transitional press. Dave did a transitional press on me in round 2, but he was not able to get to the press. I feel that if Devon's arm opens like that against me, my ability to transition from a top row to a press is way too fast for him to lock in a king's move. I think he's screwed, honestly. I like Devon a lot, but in my opinion, they need to bring back a lighter weight class and let that dude lose some weight, because I'm gonna run right through him.
Well, there you go.
That's what I believe.
There you go. So your plan is, if worst happened for this year, 2020, and WAL and PAL were not able to kick their seasons off, your plan is to go on an all-out social media
Social
blitz.
media, just how do we make
Crowd
it happen?
fund,
Crowd
a
fund,
match
go
between you
fund,
and Levin.
whatever. Absolutely.
Where does that happen? Does that happen in Georgia?
It can happen anywhere. I don't care. As long as I can travel and you can go with me, I'll do it anywhere.
And what rules do we use?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I mean, I've done every.
You know
I've
what
competed in
rules
every-
I would like? Arm Wars.
Arm Wars
rules.
were good.
Because it's more PAL.
It's
more
WAL
rigid.
table,
Yeah, WAL
but
table.
it's-
But also WAL.
PAL table.
PAL table, but also it's stricter rules, except you have the running foul.
Yeah.
And there's none of this 3 foul business, right? So the reason I like the running foul is because in PAL, and actually every league except WAL or Arm Wars where you have the running foul, you can purposefully foul to get the restart.
Andre Pushkar's arm wrestling IQ.
It's called a professional foul.
skyrocketed in our last
Yes.
match in 2017.
Professional foul.
It
Set
made
your elbow
me-
in
it
the
made
center
me
of the
have-
table.
It made me have to stop his hit 2 more times.
That way you get the restart.
Yeah,
If you're in a bad
yeah.
position, Purposefully foul, get the restart. You can't do
you
that.
You change that match to where that's a running foul, and
Damn it, man.
That dude's got to pin me to beat me. You know?
That's what we saw happen with the Hermes match. You know, when Hermes was pulling Matt Mask, he actually purposely fouled, and I think it's because he didn't understand that wouldn't stop the match.
Yeah. He just stuck his elbow in front of the pad and he got pinned. You know.
Yeah. So I think we're ready to get on to some of these questions. You want me to wind it back and have a look?
Yeah. I want to say on that note though about Levin, I desperately want that match just to find out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and tell you guys I can win, but I will tell you if I stop the match, I will win. If I stop the match, I guarantee you I will win. It's just whether or not I can stop someone. Now, is he that much stronger than Zimplekov? Is he that much stronger than Pushkar? I mean, the odds are no. Odds are he's not that much stronger than those two guys, right? And I stopped both of those dudes. Yeah. And I'm a much better arm wrestler now and stronger arm wrestler now than I was when I pulled both them. So the version of me now definitely beats the version of me that pulled both those guys and stopped them. So I believe I can stop him. But if 2020 WAL, PAL seasons don't happen, I can guarantee you I'm going to be trying to find that match. But all right, let's see what you got.
All right, honey. By the way, what are we cheating on this weekend?
You said we're going to have Italian and a pizza. So what we do is we order one meal.
My heart goes out to Italy, guys. Y'all.
Oh, my God.
I want to go there so badly, and who knows when we'll be able to now. But I love Italy.
Please pray for those guys. I have a very dear friend, like a brother to me, who has lost a family member to coronavirus already, and he's in northern Italy, and there's a lot of, they're under a stay-at-home order, can't leave, and he and his family are constantly in my prayers, along with everyone else. You know, the rest of the world are in our prayers. I mean, This is a time that we need to unify and put a stop to this thing as quick as possible.
Okay, so Josie Pera says, Devon's going to be dangerous. His stamina has increased tenfold.
Okay, so I hate it when people do that. Don't be disrespectful. But that's impossible. You know
1,000%.
Yeah. So
okay.
When someone's like, he's 2 times stronger than me, I'm like, there's not a human being 2 times stronger than me.
And his strength is off the charts. It probably matches yours.
Who knows? We don't know how strong he is, but there's no
Super chat,
possible way.
JP versus Levin prediction.
No possible way that his endurance is tenfold.
Thank you, Aaron,
you know what I'm saying?
Super chat.
Yeah, Aaron, I appreciate the support. Dave Chafee, Levin.
I hate that it's round 1.
See, I'm happy that it got, I thought it was going to start in April. So when they announced it for June, I was like, hell yeah, that gave Dave longer to prepare. Dave is one of the strongest men in the world in arm wrestling.
North Americans, if you're not planning on going to the Worlds in Orlando, you probably should. I kind of think that we might see a top 8 stage at Worlds.
Oh, there's a possibility that
the finale,
stage 2. It's a possibility that stage 2 could potentially be in Orlando. Think about it. They're looking for locations anyway, right? Stage 1 is in Ukraine. Stage 3 or final, whatever, is in Poland. Stage 2 could very realistically be June, then September, and then December, right? It's a good chance that it could be there. So I don't have any inside information. It's just, something we're thinking.
Okay.
So how do I think that match would go? Dave is freakishly strong. And I believe if it goes inside, or Dave can contain the pronation of Levin, Dave Weezing. The thing is, we just don't know. I mean, my heart says Dave, but I would say it's 50-50. We really don't know. We don't know how strong Levin and Batali are. You know what I mean?
Michael is King's movies very strong. Devon has gotten stronger in equal measure, so hard to tell. Ronan the Troll Slayer. I like your name.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? We don't know. All this is speculation. All I can tell you guys is I am very, very well prepared. I do believe had the match still been on for April 21st, and I said this in an interview earlier, Ryan Espy, I was not preparing to pull Devon Larratt on April 21st. I was preparing to be strong enough to beat any man on earth on April 21st. The cool thing is, whether it's postponed or whatever, the cool thing is my gym's gonna be finished in 6 weeks, 8 tops, and I'm gonna be here training harder than I've ever trained because I will have a space that I will spend more time. Like I train and I go back upstairs and lie down. When I finish with this place, it's going to be a place that I'm willing to spend a lot of time in. So that just means I'm going to be putting in
Thanks,
even more
Chad.
work. All right, go ahead.
Chad signing off. Thanks, Chad.
Take care,
Fowler.
Chad. Be blessed.
Devon can do his King's move all he wants, but Michael's just so more superior that doesn't matter. Michael would crush Devon anyway. This is T12J7.
I'm telling you, that dude might be psychic or something.
I tried to be gotta kill this Corona time. Ronan the Troll Slayer. I absolutely love his name.
Yeah, what we got now?
I don't have any favorites, just saying that I think it will happen. I would also love to see Travis Badgett come back to WAL. Okay, here's the deal. It would take so much money to get him to come back.
Travis is making more money than all of us, doing those,
You ever pulled John Brzezinski? If so, what happened? Aaron Stein, you haven't been on the
so
YouTube much.
The UAL 8,
It's actually in our playlist.
probably, that's Tale of Two Rings or whatever.
Yeah, Tale of Two Rings.
So
playlist.
I've only gotten one win on John Brzezinski in my career. We didn't pull a lot as I progressed and gotten a lot better. We pulled one time in 2014 at the UAL 8, and it's when he laid down to Jerry. Jerry and I pulled a 2-minute match. Then Jerry laid down to John, and then John beat me twice in the finals.
Callie said, "Where you going, monster?"
Where you going, buddy?
Actually, just where you going, buddy?
Yeah.
That was
So did y'all see the recent post I did about John complimenting me? Talk about how strong I am, and if he wouldn't bet money on Devon beat me.
Yeah, he said you're not even.
He's like,
John Brzezinski said Michael Todd is not even
King's move anymore. He's
King's
just
move
back
anymore.
pressure and hand control. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Because if y'all haven't noticed, if you haven't followed, Michael's ankle
Yeah.
has gotten much smaller.
It's not that it
used to be
doesn't
much
open.
more
Opens
open.
just as far.
It
It's just
does.
I've been adding
he's
side
arm wrestling
pressure
much
into my
closer.
pronation training because I've got that arm handle. So I used to pronate just with my rope puller. Now I pronate and pin with side pressure. So it's allowed me to stay a lot tighter.
Raymond Kinney says, "How has prayer in your relationship with Christ helped you? I'm trying to get back into it, so any advice is appreciated." Faith is one of those things that is deep inside us, and this year we've really hit a lot of hurdles.
Yeah, and so
We've been
we got to a
attacked
point where,
this year.
I was just like, man, we can't do this without God. We have to have God in our life, and this is the first time in our life that we don't have a plan, right? I'm waiting for God to tell me what he wants from me or what he wants us to do or what he wants us to do in our life. Should I be out, not necessarily ministering to people, but definitely bringing people closer to Christ? So once this gym gets finished, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me on the wall, maybe some other scriptures. I'm always going to fall short of the glory of God because I'm a sinner, but at the same time, I can do all things through Christ. So my faith and our belief that I believe there's a big, big victory around the corner for us because there has been a lot of opposition in the last, the first quarter of this year with us. But we were blessed and we were thankful. So I don't know if that helps you at all, but definitely I'm a big believer for sure.
The Golden Boss 100 wants to know, who's the strongest arm wrestler you've ever felt?
Andre Pushkar 2017 was the strongest man I've ever arm wrestled.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Kopa, I cannot read your name. I'm so sorry because it's Russian. But it says, if Dave was slow, he lost. I'm talking about Dave against Levin. If he's slow,
off the go,
he can't be slow.
Yeah, no, he's going to have to attack.
Yeah.
And that's because he's so strong that he will play catch a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that he plays catch, he's just so powerful that, it's hard to find people strong enough to train with him. But I definitely want him to start, practicing hits, whether it's pulling his teammates with bands or whatever. If he will do that, I think he's got a very good chance.
Actually, Dustin Powell wants to know your thoughts on why RVJ seems to always struggle in the straps. He didn't quite struggle in the straps his last match, despite dominating outside the straps. Also, will Chris Chandler ever return to his top form?
I think Chris Chandler is probably at the same form that he has been in his career. It's just people have gotten better. Mm-hmm. Chris is always strong. You know what I'm saying? But if Chris would ever commit to one thing, he would obviously excel better at that one thing. But he is so diverse in what he likes to do. Strongman, bodybuilding, arm wrestling. Chris is just a genetic freak, hence the name freak, right? You know what I'm saying?
How can you say if you stop the match against Levin, you will win? How can you say that?
I can say that because it will give me the confidence that I belong in that match.
He's
And
saying if Levin
the
doesn't
match,
just blow right through
if he
him.
does not blast me off go, when that match stops, I put people in deep water quick. They panic. They don't know what to do because they've never pulled anyone like me, and their confidence goes down and mine goes through the roof. Once I believe I deserve to be on the table with somebody, I'm a very hard man to beat. And that's just my belief. You know, someone else might say something different. Oh, Levin is a very smart arm wrestler. And I don't care how smart of an arm wrestler you are. If you are not strong enough to blast through me, my disgust for losing will outweigh your desire to win.
Callie wants to know, Monster, I wanted to ask you, has RVJ really beat Dave Chafee?
When he was smaller.
When
Dave was smaller.
Dave was smaller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave.
So not this Chafee.
No.
Nick Rowe, how is that?
He got the
curl bar.
the monster curl bar.
How's
right?
that
was
going
Nick.
for
Yeah.
you?
What's up?
Nick Rose says Chafee couldn't blast through you. That is correct. Ash K88, thank you so much for the super chat. Says keep it up. T12J7, hey Michael, what was wrong with your arm in your match with Jerry the time you lost to him, and is that fixed now? Same thing happened
Same
the last
thing happened
time.
the last season. Okay,
time.
so
It's on his arm.
round two of the finals, that small strap put so much pressure right here, it fractures my metacarpal, and when it fractures the metacarpal, it causes nerve damage. So, minute and a half into round two of that 4 minute and 45 second match, I fractured my hand, and then I pulled the other 3 minutes, 15 seconds, and 3 more rounds with a fractured hand. That's why when he fouled out, I was ready to get out of that match because I had been pulling for 4 rounds with a fractured metacarpal and nerve damage. I still have sensation from it, right? Like I still have tingling from it, and certain spots I can feel it and it hurts. Whenever they get back to the match is getting close to happening, I'll probably start doing some physical therapy. Rebecca was wondering why I wasn't already doing physical therapy. The stem cells, I did get 1 shot in my wrist, which could
Someone's
blow
asking, do you think that this extra time
will help with the stem cells?
Yeah.
I'm optimistic that it will. And I also, I started, if you look at Devon's video, because I told Devon that I got stem cells, like, holy shit, you're going to be a whole nother level, And then you see him a month later getting stem cells. But he got cytokines and exosomes. Well, I got those a month before I got the stem cells. And then I just recently, my stem cell
You're on
guy.
those weekly, right?
Yeah, I've got 10 weeks of cytokines and exosomes that I'll continue to take every week for the next 9 weeks. So I'm very, very optimistic about the healing that's going to have in my body.
Oh, this is a good question. I asked him the same thing, and I wish I could read what your name is. Again, it's Russian or something. It says, why Jerry always pin you in 1 round?
I have no idea.
Both times, y'all,
I
he flashes him.
think I'm trying to
Like,
go
are you
this
awake?
way instead of this way, and I feel like from now on I'm just going to say screw it, just go straight back and
I
take
don't
his
think
hand.
you were doing anything last
Well, I'm
time. You were
missing the
sitting
goal.
there like this.
I missed the goal somehow.
what?
Like I don't know what the hell's happening,
What?
but
Did they say go?
I can tell you that's not going to happen again.
That's what he did.
Yeah, I did it twice.
And this is, Aaron Stein,
What's
dude,
up, buddy?
Come on, the next time you beat Devin, it will cement you at the living legend you are. I'll force the big payoff match, you versus Levin. It's God's will. I believe it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I've put a lot into this, and I'm not saying that the other arm wrestlers don't, but I do believe that right now is my time. And barring an injury, I feel like I will become the overall number 1 in the world. And I'm not saying, okay, here's the deal. I don't tell people I'm the best in the world.
Nima, I'm going to get to your question just a
But
minute.
I don't believe Levin has the right to say he's the best in the world without beating me. My opinion. And I'm not saying Levin says he's the best in the world. They ranked him number 1, ranked me number 2. But I went through that in a video recently that, Dave got number 1 in the world without beating the number 1 in the world. Levin got number 1 in the world without beating Dave. So the last 2 guys who were ranked number 1 in the world didn't beat the number 1 guy in the world to get there. Andre was number 1 when they moved Dave ahead and tied Andre with Trubin. But go ahead.
Nemo Carone says, Michael, I have a question for you, and I know it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. You pulled Taras Ivakin long time ago, and
2006.
you beat him 5-1.
Manchester.
What way did Taras go that 1 round? Why did he beat you that 1 round?
The first round, I probably tried to top roll with him or something.
Had a big hand,
Or
didn't he?
tried to hook him. He was a great top roller.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but then I caught him with like a bent wrist. No, I didn't try to top roll him. I top rolled him round 6, which was awesome because I wore him out so much with my bent wrist type pressing. But yeah, I don't remember how the first match went, but he won the first match and I won the next 5.
I've seen a couple of people ask this question. It's a very funny question right now,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why. Michael, what do you weigh right now?
Okay, so yesterday I was really heavy. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, 1 cheat meal. He's getting ready for the match with Devon, right? And he's dropping weight. He cannot
Like, I
hold
was
weight
like,
for
why in the
anything.
hell can I not gain
We
weight?
increased his calories to like
6,000.
6,000, and he's just dropping.
I wasn't dropping,
weight.
I just wasn't gaining, right?
So he's like, I think I probably need to clean up my nutrition even more, cut back my calories a little bit because I don't want to get fat while we're waiting for this match to be announced. And we have one cheat meal, and then he cuts back his calories. And then what happens?
Dude, okay, so I started
Every day
this thing
wakes up
about
again.
8 weeks ago, about 248. And I was consistently weighing 63, 64 stripped in the mornings. Yesterday, at one point stripped, I was 278. I'm like, holy shit.
What's happening
What
to
the
me?
hell happened? You know, now I look big. Like, if you see me in person, my arms look big, my chest, I mean, I look big. But my waist was thicker yesterday for some reason. I'm like, what the hell?
What's going on
I
here?
still have ab veins about that long on both sides. And I'm like, how the hell do I have this puffy look in my obliques? I was like, this is bullshit, you know? But yeah, so this morning I was like, I think today I weighed earlier and I was like 271.
So what do
so
you-
I'm down 5 or 6 pounds of water from yesterday. But
Sorry if this has been asked. What do you think about Eddie Hall versus RVJ?
I think it's great for the sport and the amount of eyes that are going to see arm wrestling. And if RVJ does what I believe he'll be able to do, it's going to be great recognition for the sport and people in strength seeing how strong an arm wrestler really is.
The Troll Slayer says, I was 282, and after 2 days of cheat meals, I was 299. Is that not messed up? So I feel your pain. LOL. It was one cheat meal.
Okay, so check this out, dude. There's been a dozen times in my life, a dozen, that, you know, because I've gotten real lean, I've done photo shoots, whatever, that I've gained 25 pounds in a day. A dozen times. The first cruise I went on, I gained 26 pounds on my first cruise.
Here's one.
But yeah, I'm with you, buddy.
Michael, I like this actually. This is Liberty Excess. Michael, what do you think about Ingen Terzi possibly entering WAL? I think it's
spectacular, and especially if you throw Crazy George in there.
Do
That
it.
will be the craziest match ever.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying?
Do
Yeah,
it.
I would love to have Ingen. Ingen's such a good dude. He's such a good representative of the sport. I mean, he's truly a living legend, so I'd love to have him.
I would love to see that match.
Yeah.
How would Cleve Dean, this is Raymond Kennedy, how would Cleve Dean do against today's arm wrestlers? Did he train or was it natural to him?
I don't know the details of his training back. I knew that years ago I heard rumor that there was a picture of him carrying a 300-pound sow underneath each arm and walking over a 3-foot fence. The man was massive at his peak. They never claimed his weight over 500 and something pounds, but I had on good authority that at his heyday, at his biggest, he was 6'9" and 750. The palm of his hand would cover my face and his fingers would wrap around my head. It was truly one of the largest hands ever. Now, that being said, do I think he would be able to compete with Vitali and Levin and the push cars? My honest opinion is no, because I think each generation the level gets harder. I think when Cleve dominated and John Brzenk dominated early in his career, there wasn't as strong of an Eastern Bloc just representation in the sport. And now there are guys who treat this thing like a job, and that's the difference. Arm wrestling used to just be a hobby and something people did for fun, and a lot of times still in America, this you have a full-time job and you arm wrestle on the side. There are a lot of guys now who are professional arm wrestlers, and I think with what WAL is doing with bringing Eddie Hall and different people like that, there's a possibility of the next 10 years the level being even higher than it's ever been, just because the popularity of arm wrestling could be high enough to where freaks, I'm talking like giants, come out, long levered, just hard working freaks. So who knows?
Okay, so a couple of things that I want to say here about Ryan Bowen. Number one, they want to know what you think about him doing arm wrestling matches on YouTube just to entertain us, okay? And then number two is actually, what do we think about his video that he just put out recently? And Ryan, first thing I want to say is, dude, we're behind you, okay? We love you and hate that you're in that dark place or that you have been in that dark place. And if you guys have followed a lot of our talks, then I went through about a year, maybe even longer, of being in a very dark place, of a depression that I have seasonal depression anyway that comes to me around the winter, but this time it was just a lot was added onto it with stress with my daughter's pregnancy and then my grandmother passing. And next thing you know, I couldn't feel joy. I had good things going on in my life, but I couldn't feel joy. And your brain goes to that place where you're not supposed to go. And so, Ryan, I understand. And I understand the helplessness and the hopelessness that you feel. Huge shout out to Malin for being that person to answer when he messaged you. But I gotta say, dude, I'm so proud of you for reaching out to somebody.
Absolutely.
Because that takes someone
that
actually.
Takes strength. That's
that
not,
takes a
that's
lot
not
of
a sign
strength.
of weakness. That's a sign of strength.
And I think that him putting out that video, guys, mental health, at least in our country, is in crisis. We do not have enough people trained to deal with it, nor do we have insurance companies or our government that wants to look at it. They just want to sweep it under the rug. And so it's growing at an astronomical rate, the number of people that are dealing with some sort of mental illness or another. And a lot of it is situational. Some of it is genetic, but everybody should be able to seek help when they go to it. And Ryan putting that out there, that video out there, there's a lot more people that I think that will touch that was probably in the same position. Yeah. Maybe if only one person watched that video and it changed their course to a positive course. If it saves one person, it's worth it.
Absolutely.
It's worth it.
That's the thing is, sometimes it just takes one person admitting that they're dealing with something for someone else who might have been afraid or to admit that they had something going on that changes that person's direction and maybe saves a life. So a lot of respect for what Ryan did.
Huge respect. So as far as him doing arm wrestling stuff on YouTube, dude, go at it. Go at it.
Just sanitize.
Wear
some gloves.
Wear a mask. Yeah. And for all of you out there making masks out of cotton, come on. Cotton is breathable. Okay? It's breathable. Don't make masks out of cotton. If you do, put a coffee filter in there. Do something. But it ain't gonna do anything for you or for the person that you're trying to protect or the person you're wanting to not get it from, right? Okay, so we don't have any sun in the winter, so, yeah. Having no sunlight makes it very difficult. Respect as well. I said arm wrestling in gloves. Yeah, absolutely. Hazmat suit. Super chat. Ken Veach arm wrestling. MMT, I would love to get some personal arm wrestling from you, but where is your gym going to be at? No offense, but is there going to be an age where you call it quits with arm wrestling?
Okay, so the gym is in Hot Springs, Arkansas, so just, contact me on Facebook, Instagram, whatever, and maybe we can set something up. So I don't think there's such a thing as a retired arm wrestler. And I said this in the interview earlier today. I have a 5-year contract with the World Arm Wrestling League. So this is season 3. So I have 2 more seasons after that. People ask me, well, hey, you're going to go to PAL next? No, I'm under contract. You know what I'm saying? I've got a contract. Now I would love for them to negotiate something where we could do a PAL versus WAL, whatever. And that may never happen, but I do have the opportunity to do things outside of the season as well. But I don't think there's such a thing as a retired arm wrestler. I love being...
Milk Christmas.
There you go, right? Oh, Norm Devio. It's crazy. But so here's what I would like.
But on this level. We're not always going to do this.
I mean, I think I'll be stronger than I've ever been this year at 47. And if barring an injury, keep training, I keep focused. I just need a reason to train, right? I need a reason to stay focused. And if I can stay focused, I feel like I can stay at this level and continue to increase for several more years. Honestly, I believe it. But I do treat myself like an athlete, so I think that's a lot of it, right? I rarely drink. I've never held a cigarette. I'm not someone who's going to, abuse my body. But in a perfect world, I would, I'd defend the WAL hammer. I would beat the winner of the top 8. I'd be the overall number 1 in the world. And I would find a national or international sponsor who had a nice enough advertising budget that would put she and I in a RV, wrap it with their brand, and we would go on the road and demo a product every week. We'd do an arm wrestling tournament or an expo or something.
SG Records says, uploaded video, people. I don't hate MT anymore. Did you hate him before?
What? Why you gotta hate me? But yeah, so I would love the opportunity to go out there and represent a brand in a traveling billboard like an RV, so that my wife and I could wake up in the Grand Canyon one day, and we would turn our YouTube not only into a training channel, it would be a travel channel. I would love to document our life, and I do.
I'm looking forward to when we can travel again.
Oh yeah, I don't have a lot of regrets, but there are certain things that had we known that this was viable, we have had some really cool life experiences that I would have loved to have brought you guys on with, and filmed some of our, our Italy and France and some of the different cool things we've done in our life. But hey, I don't think life's over yet. I think we're gonna have a lot more opportunities once we get past this. So who knows what's gonna happen? But yeah, as far as arm wrestling, I'm pretty sure. I look at those Grandmaster events at 50 and over, and I'm thinking, boy, I'm gonna kill those dudes when I get 50. You know what I'm saying?
The Chopper 969 says, why do you think that Krasimir
Kostaniev
had such a hard time in WAL? And also, how is the quarantine affecting your education? Rebecca, I'll answer my question first. My classes are online, okay? So I don't have to go into the class. We were supposed to go into the class for a few things, but that's being done online. Now, this is very petty, so forgive me for saying it, especially with everything going on. And seniors, high school seniors, not knowing if they're going to get to go to their graduation, but I'm afraid my graduation is going to get canceled. I don't think that they'll outright cancel it. They may postpone it.
What was my question I was supposed to answer?
Why is Krause having a hard time with WAL?
He pulled Dave. What are you talking about?
Dave.
And then he pulled Marcio, and Marcio and Krause, I would say very even. So I just think, he got into a war of attrition with Marcio. Marcio wanted it more, and he pulled Dave. So, I don't think that means he had a bad, it didn't do well. Dave is a very hard man to arm wrestle, you know what I'm saying? And then Marcio just was a battle, He did very, very well.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look and see who's outside.
Okay, and someone was also asking earlier, and I'm so sorry, I don't know, I can't find it here, was asking if I've ever been a professional arm wrestler. And if so, why did I quit? Here's the deal. I love arm wrestling. I do not love to arm wrestle. And I've been blessed, and it's 100% because of who my husband is. All right? So I've been afforded opportunities that other ladies in arm wrestling would not have been able to have, simply because I'm blessed by who my husband is, and he was able to get me opportunities. So that being said, I've had some professional matches. I had an Arm Wars match with a Swede.
What was her? Erica
Lawrenson. Erica Lawrenson, 160. Yay, that was awesome. Had my ass handed to me in Brazil on both arms.
But you really weren't training.
No.
She had a lot of potential.
Had a super match in Sweden.
2000, so between 2013, 2014, 15 even, she had a lot of potential. She just never loved it.
I just don't love to arm wrestle. And it's because I've got a huge problem with stage anxiety.
Yeah, when you put her up on a stage and people look at, she
not down with it.
You can have her at practice and she'd be fine. But if you put her up on a stage and have cameras and stuff, somehow I turned out to be an asshole the day of the competition.
Because he is an asshole.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything, but yeah. So that's how that went.
Someone's asking about a match between me and Jody, and yeah, she would win. Don't even go there, Michael Todd.
Okay, so currently right now, I believe she would win. I feel like if Rebecca focused and trained for 8 weeks, it could be very, very competitive,
She'd still win. Okay, so someone wants you to record your leg workout too. We have it
on there somewhere.
Yeah, it's in his.
Today's leg work. Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw the thing I did on Instagram yesterday. Erebus Fitness Equipment sent me some bands and some training stuff, and then he sent me like a 56 or 66 pound weighted vest. So I just thought, hey, I'll do my leg workout today with a weighted vest on. So I do 50 inner thighs, 10 air squats. 50 outer thighs, 10 air squats. So I do 10 ass to calf air squats in between each leg exercise, and they're 50 reps, 100 reps for calf extension or calf raises. It's crazy. It's 500 reps. Oh my God. I couldn't breathe for one, even when I was sitting down just to weight on my chest. And then when I was probably a good 15 minutes after, I was wobbly every time I tried to walk.
Have y'all watched the video that we put up? Was it Ford?
Yeah, we did it Sunday, but it's probably
Sunday,
Monday.
we put up
The
Sunday or
burpee
Monday.
video.
The burpee video where he needs an inhaler.
Taylor, oh my God.
He's like,
I'm embarrassed. I was wheezing, and people are like, I think he's got corona. Like,
he's
no.
leaning over on a table.
I'm like, dude, I just can't do burpees. You know what I'm saying?
Well, burpees with 40-pound dumbbells too.
Well, still, I mean, it doesn't
You know,
matter.
I mean, come on.
It was rough.
Yeah.
It was way harder than I
was
thought it was
so
gonna be.
bad.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'll just go out there and knock this out 5-6 minutes. It took me like 9.5 minutes, and I damn near died. So.
What is the best match ever that never happened? IFK Gote. Hey, I dig both you and Devon. Can we have a draw?
Hey, man, here's the deal. Me and Devon are friends. And that's the thing is, like,
If
we
it
talked
was-
the other day, and I'm like, hey,
If it was a PAL match, y'all could have a draw.
yeah, I mean, I just,
It's 3-3.
right now, I just want everybody's families, everybody to be safe.
Yeah.
Just follow the guidelines, be healthy. We can always arm wrestle later. You know, right now, just, don't slack, don't sleep on me, because I'm always training, right? So,
The Chopper 969, I agree.
What
The
happened?
match that never happened, the Dennis Pushkar match.
oh, yeah.
I would have loved to have seen
I
that
would have,
match.
I wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a hard one.
Also, real question, Michael, what is your knowledge on muscle hypertrophy regarding strength? What works the best?
I believe how I train
Building muscle.
is the best way.
You do know that's what hypertrophy means.
Thanks, baby. So I honestly believe the high volume circuits are best primarily because I'm rarely at a risk of injury because I'm doing a weight that I can handle for 30 reps. But I do it in a way that each week I'm doing harder or more than I did the week before, right? So I think rest is key, you know? I mean, I think rest and nutrition, I mean, the training is an integral part of the result, but if you don't treat yourself like an athlete, unless you're just a genetic freak, I don't think it matters as much. All right, who we got?
Super chat.
Super
Saucy
chat.
James, you'll beat Levon. He can't handle the attrition. I think Cataret's flop wrist is actually a more difficult opponent because he can hang for minutes. That
Okay,
dude
so
has amazing.
Jerry and I always have
Endurance.
hard matches, right? I don't believe they will be like they have been the last 2 times with the thicker strap.
Oh, someone was asking, did you want to punch Devon when he offered his thicker strap?
No, I just wanted my money. The match was over, right? Like I did say this today in the interview with Ron, you know, I had won, so give me my win bonus. If you want to see another match, throw another $5,000 on the table and we'll pull again. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't about to give up the potentially risk what I had earned that provides for my family because people like weren't happy with how it turned out. Now, if y'all want to see it again, somebody throw some money on the table, we'll do it again, you know? But at that time, I just secured a significant income, you know, a payday for my household, and I wasn't about to let that go, you know?
Ironworker 87, did you put your name on the hammer yet? We plead the fifth, okay?
I have not.
Oh, come on.
I've been meaning to. When I first got it, I was really like, let's go get my name on it. But then I asked a couple people, they didn't really get back
Eric,
to me.
good to see you.
Yeah, I haven't done it
Hit
yet.
the like button,
I
guys.
need to take it to somebody
Thank you so
and
much.
get my name put on there. But I'm gonna just be like audacious and just the whole hammer's gonna have my name. You know what I'm
Terry
saying?
LeGrand. Oh, good time to mention too, if you've just joined us midstream, be sure to hit subscribe and hit that like button and share this feed so that people can
And also,
find
thank you to Jaguar Energy Services for their support of Todd's Total Transformations and the new addition that's coming soon.
Jaguar is a huge supporter of arm wrestling.
They
guys.
have done a lot, man. They do a lot with oil field arm wrestling down there. And those guys, Jason Monk, and they've done a lot for us. I really appreciate them.
Prudnik says, this is Milenko says Prudnik is the next #1 heavyweight in the world. Great hook.
I disagree with that statement, but I do believe he's freakishly strong and an amazing athlete, amazing arm wrestler. Yeah, I don't think he beats Dave. I don't think he will be. I think he's filled out his frame, and I feel like he would have done better at the 95 kilo top 8.
The sports
my
bar-
opinion. I may be wrong.
The sports bar wants to know, what will we do if there is a lockdown in the state? Pretty much what we do already.
Same thing I'm doing right now. You know, I mean, because I have to let you go to the grocery store, I have to let you go to the doctor's appointment, whatever. I'm just gonna keep training, man.
People with essential jobs still go to work.
Yeah. So it's pretty much the same.
Because we are doing no socializing.
No, it's
None.
just like we're watching movies.
We're watching church on our
On our live casting on our TV.
yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. But guys, hey, I appreciate all the support.
I know there's a
super
lockdown,
checks.
and guys, thank you so much to all of you who are adhering to the social distancing worldwide. Obviously, it is not just a problem here, it's a problem all over the world. Thank you so much for adhering to that. Your healthcare professionals, thank you, because what you're doing, you are not containing the virus, you are not preventing the virus, but what you are doing is slowing the spread. So that does help a lot with our healthcare professionals and being sure that we have spaces for those who need it most.
Let's go back and read this right here. Somebody's
Okay.
having a really bad day. I think that someone passed away in their family.
No problem. Y'all be safe. Everyone watching, lockdown,
no.
everyone,
What's that
Netflix.
say?
Hi, Michael.
Right there.
Have a super rough day today. A close relative passed away due to COVID. Just wanted to say thank you for all your videos and live streams and how transparent you are with your fans. That is
What's his name?
Snazzins. Snazzins, we are thinking about you.
I'm very sorry for your loss, and we'll pray for you in this time of need. And that's the thing. I don't want to see senseless lives lost because people were being irresponsible.
And careless.
You know, that's what it comes down to me. We can stop this. We can stop a
Thanks,
lot
Ryan.
of unnecessary loss just by behaving responsibly with common sense. You know.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
Michael's got to get to training. So signing off. See you again soon. Be looking out for a video coming out here in just the next couple of days.
Yeah. Is that the man versus bear champion takes on the monsters workout?
That's it. Man versus bear champion. All righty.
Oh my God.
We'll see you soon.
See you guys.
You're too much.